all across the
I think
board.
I'm the one who's meant to do this useless fluffing, Jason.
I told you today that was going to be my job. I was going to take it over from you.
I appreciate it.
All the fluffing. Well, here we go. Skadoodle going to be back towards a ramp. He does have Smoke Molotov, as does Tarek, who will be heading into the B hole. So you have utility on each side of the map, and Zipnix is going to push up and get some deep information as well. And here it comes, automatic rush Deco. They have the bomb. Looks like they might even boost into window or just burst up through connector.
Yeah, it does seem as though that will be the case. Through connector we go. Stico leading the way, and said in an interview, Rush said this is a trial for him. They're treating it as such, and, you know, managing and tempering expectations. Dupree tempering any play towards anything going beyond jungle. But Glave's there playing out of window, so again, all being kept in check. Cloud9 don't really have much to bring to the table, aside from maybe Tarek getting a bit of room to work, but the bomb is in a bit of a spot here.
Yeah, a bit of a spot is a good way to put it. He basically automatic just has to live as long as possible. Doesn't know when anyone's going to push up. He needs one of his teammates to create an opportunity for him. And this is the problem. He's exposed from so many different angles, and he still hasn't fallen just yet, but he's got Tarek coming in to try and bail him out, and that's got to come in right now. Glaive, he reads the play, gets the headshot. That's beautiful work, and automatic still is just stuck in this position, can go absolutely nowhere. Needs to just get the frags now.
Yeah, time to go. Let's see what he can do. That's not bad at all. That's opened up room. There's no one actually towards B, but he's hit the brakes a second. I don't know if he meant to not go through the window or not, but at this point, he's committed to it. Taking his time, going to keep him guessing. He does split the two to individual 1v1s at this point. Obviously, he doesn't know that quite yet, but that's the intention. Device is playing at the back by Kitchen. You still have Magisk lingering by A now, but with the bomb planted, they'll know what's going on, and Device is quick to this.
This is sick. Automatic somehow has put himself in a great position. Device is going to slide out, and he's got a chance. He's living. He's trying to find the second player before he commits to any kind of a fight, and now the reposition.
Very nice as well. If he's gambled that they're both coming through this position, he's in a nice spot. But let's see if they can trade this, or if Automatic can do something good. He's going to try and isolate one. He gets Device for the shot. It's not clean and it's not quick, so Device has enough time. Oh, Magisk is on the bomb. A good attempt from Automatic, but it's a round on the board regardless for Astralis.
Yeah, created something out of nothing, if I'm honest. That was kind of an interesting pistol run. That would be a cool one to go back and look in more detail for Cloud9. The sandwich with the smoke at the staircase to block into the site, and then the smoke in actually towards connector, which allow them to swing to the right. Unfortunately, Dupree shuts it all down. You can't always count on the defender just hitting two nice shots like that. 2 headshots, 3 bullets. Shuts that down. And if there does happen to be success, then Cloud9 controls the middle of the map. They have a player in Palace and they have a player at B, and they can kind of sandwich either one of the bomb sites that they choose to. So it's a pretty creative way to do it, but it gets shut down by Dupree.
Yeah, and I think, again, in the interview that Rush took, you can have a little read of it, they've only had 5 scrims together with this roster. Again, it is very little. I think they're even coming to this, just seeing how it feels, how it fits out. They've got plenty of other options. If you're Sticko, it's like, all right, I need to do pretty well at one of the biggest tournaments in the circuit. It's a lot of pressure.
As well, if this is going to be a tryout, if this is going to be kind of a trial, that is sick from Automatic. We've seen him do that a number of times with the Deagle from top mid. People have got to be wary of the fact, but still so much advantage for Astralis to actually recover in this round.
That was just a little bit of filth, you know? Sometimes you need that in your life, Jason. It's a little bit of nasty. Zipnix, though, going to keep this under wraps, as there is 3 remaining. Make it 2, as we are down to Automatic as your last man alive. And he did the day to start with, but I think this one might even be beyond him. It is indeed.
So here's the thing, this Cloud9 roster, even if Stico's a trial, right? If you're going to do that, then you need, Rush all of a sudden needs to play a bigger part. Tarek obviously needs to keep playing where he's at. Automatic needs to kind of return to form a little bit. So actually, Automatic's had a pretty good year overall, but all 3 of those guys need to become kind of your core star players, your impact. And for Cloud9, I mean, for Tarek and Rush, this has got to feel like a depressing version of Deja Vu, where just in Optic, they had the same thing, where they were just stuck without a 5th for months on end, and eventually that team just crumbles under that pressure. Cloud9's in a similar spot right now. They need to be careful with how they handle this 5th player situation.
Well, let's see how the first real attempt of a round goes here. Obviously, the pistol didn't quite happen for them. The mid-take didn't really work out through connector with Dupree's brilliance, but this time they've got rifles, they're pretty well set. Utility's pretty nice too. So again, Tarek trying to find a bit of room towards connector. He's got Sticko up on shot as well, so that's a little bit of support he could do with that smoke coming in. Offers a little bit more room to play, and Sticko, I don't know if he saw him there. Might have been enough of a glimpse for the call to be made. Tarek to strike. So they are working this initial kill a couple of times. One of those kills was with a Deagle, but I mean, this isn't bad. They've alleviated some pressure.
No, and they've got to do it conservatively in the sense that they don't have a great amount of utility on this T side. That's pretty solid, all things considered, but they've got to make some gains without using a whole lot, and that's what that first kill was. They didn't use a whole lot of smokes or flashes. In fact, it was just going in dry, and Stico trying to come over the top of the smoke. And Device, you can see, that kind of gives up the game when someone's on catwalk. Now he's rotating over towards B, realizing that bomb site is about to be under attack, that it's weakened with just one player, with just Zipnix there.
It's just a good mentality from Astralis to be reading this very diligently, very quickly. Zipnix now gets confirmation, but gets deleted. Rush, big play coming towards the side, but do they expect Device here so fast? Probably not. It's not going to be something you're predicting, and Magisk, if he gets a bit of the noise, gets a bit of the contact, he could play a big role, but no, they deny the plant, but it's not quite enough. They need one of the other players to get there, and you're down to just Dupree. Magisk could not make it count. With bomb to be planted, you've got 3 players alive. Automatic's not quite relevant just yet, but he could be. The other 2 are still dedicated towards the site. Dupree does not have a kit. So again, timing is going to be a big factor, and I don't think anyone's offering anything up for him.
No, this is not a round Dupree goes for in this 1 versus 3. What he's doing is kind of positioning in these halls. He wants to kill some of the retreating player, take the weapons away, limit the economy of the T side. It's still early in the half for Astralis. That's a very nice rotation from Device to get into that B bomb site. He could have done much more. Magisk missing a kill perhaps there on towards Tarek at the end. But really on a knife's edge with those 2 duels between Magisk and Tarek, and then Device and Skadoodle who gets off the bomb to find that kill. And there's one for the mop-up at the end of the round from Dupree. And Skadoodle's just going to bail out. So first run on the board for Cloud9, and actually the money for Astralis, despite not losing a whole lot of players in that second round, it's not looking great.
It's on a bit of a knife's edge here. So for Cloud9, they're going to be in a pretty nice spot, at least purchase-wise. It's obviously not phenomenal, but it's far more utility than they had before. So they get the Molotovs, they get more of the smokes, they have a little bit more of a hand to play with. Tarek, of course, does go down to the Galil, but not the end of the world. Whereas you look on the other side, you have a Deagle on Device, a UMP. Zipnix did get dropped out of gun at least, so there is that. But again, it's all a little bit of a downgrade, that downstep. And it looks like we do see Cloud9 stepping into another look here, something else to run with.
One of the big strengths they used to have on Mirage is their willingness to go into some fast-paced contact plays, willingness to not have to use all the utility. Glaive behind the smoke. He's so great at defending this A ramp, and he's trying to work his way through the smoke. I think they might realize that they got body blocked, but not quite yet. Now Tarek calls it out, spamming through the smoke. They do find him in the end, and Device is forced back. So Cloud9 find a little bit of control towards this A site.
But in all of this, they lost out in Magisk as well. That's the bigger issue. Now, Zipnix is really good at levying out the odds. He's brought it back to this 3v3. Without the bomb being planted, there's potential. But Device still only on that Deagle, unable to pick up a rifle or anything else. He might be the man to try and trade off of if they need to sacrifice someone. But for now, that bomb, it's not really going anywhere just yet.
That advanced defense stalled out the hit. Even though it's success for Cloud9, all the smokes have disappeared, so there's no choke point blocked off. They cannot plant the bomb because spawn is still open. Dupree, Zipnix, and Device all very nearby. This has been great for Astralis. This patience has really put Cloud9 in a tough spot.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make it through. Device can just be that nuisance playing out of CT with the Deagle. If they hear the plant or feel it may be happening, he can kind of sacrifice. For that, you still have Zipnix and Dupree playing off the other angles. Skadoodle gets tagged up, trying to be the bodyguard. It's not going to really work out. Sticko does at least get towards the site, but I'm pretty sure spotted that the call be made. Device getting the attention, trying to get the bait to come in, and it's there perfectly. Zipnix comes through, takes down Sticko, and as you said, that little bit of a halt at the start allowed so much of that tempo and that pace to just be taken away.
Just a bit of delay, and Cloud9 kept honest by the fact that they're not sure what the next step was for Astralis when they were trying to attack that bomb site, and they hesitated just a bit too much and run out of things to use in the bomb site. So Astralis with a good lead now, they do respond quickly. And for Cloud9, without a plant that round, you have to imagine they just cannot afford to buy. Save one round, you'll be able to have a pretty solid purchase on Rush, Sticko, and Skadoodle. Automatic and Tarek might still be tempered, which is unfortunate. Let's see what they have as a small tech pause comes out from the players. Not tactical.
No. Hopefully not too many issues.
No, probably not.
It's been relatively smooth thus far, and of course, as I say that,
yeah, you've jinxed this a couple times today.
Look,
now.
I'm just here
you're
to...
having a bad streak, so maybe just don't do the talking thing so much.
Just don't cast a stop talk.
Yeah,
you know,
cast or stop yell, please.
I can do my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to run away to PUBG, but I've been dragged back. I can't get away that far.
We are like the mob in that sense, you know, trying to get
never
out
really leave.
Semla's
right still around in the background, you
in
know.
spirit, the Godfather.
But thus far, I think it is too early to read into anything here, really. Let's be honest. I don't know what to even make of Cloud9 this event. I think it's just it's kind of like a... It's weird to take Cologne as a fun experiment for any team, but I think you kind of have to. You can't sit there and be incredibly harsh on yourself when you've literally had 4 days of practice. So it's
been unfortunate for them, right? Just because this is an event that you want to come in with the 5 that you've practiced with. I mean, every event is, but certainly you know the higher profile ones along the circuit. And this is up there with the majors, obviously, this ESL Cologne, and that's kind of tough for Cloud9 and. obviously not being able to figure out who exactly they want to be their fifth, searching for these past few months ever since Stewie's departure, not being able to bring anyone in. Although, I mean, to be fair, down in Brazil, we did just see 2 teams essentially with stand-ins make the grand finals. So we've got
Makes sense.
we've got a good run of stand-ins recently.
You know, it seems reasonable that way.
It all makes sense.
How I missed it. Match is still paused. It looks like they're actually changing PC, which could be a longer break. So hopefully we can get an update as to what the plan is here.
We don't have player cams, but the headphones are coming off.
Yeah,
players are standing up.
It's when you get the stand up. That's what I'm not here for. The admin shuffle over, they look confused. They stare at the screen, and then the player stands up. You know you're in for a bit of a trouble. Yeah. Hopefully we can get an update on an estimation of time or what we could expect, because otherwise, we've had 4 rounds to talk about Jason. I mean, I'm good at making stuff up, but it's a stretch.
Make something up right now. Let's see what you got.
I'm very busy, actually.
Not so much?
No, I'm very busy right now.
Not
Sorry.
into a Mad Libs type
Yeah, you'll have to go through my agent.
That'll cost money.
Of course.
Well, I think, yeah, only 4 rounds so far, but the big thing I think for Astralis is this is a team that this kind of run of form that they've been on recently, it feels like so defensively heavy, which makes defensively centered, and it makes so much sense when you look at this kind of core lineup through the ages of Counter-Strike, how they've always had like very good CT sides, and it seems that resurgence has kind of come back where they just set up a brick wall, don't let anyone past.
Americans, walls, not letting people in. It's to be expected with you at this point, isn't it?
We do like a good wall.
And,
look at automatic, 143 ADR. That's not bad. A lot of that.
I love
probably...
his new T-shirts. Like, I know that Cloud9 did change theirs, but it's a real drastic color change, isn't it? Here.
Yeah.
They've gone for the black and red Astralis logo.
Yes.
On theirs, which
great.
is.
Just swap those real quick.
No, it's I'm just being a pain in the ass. Yeah, automatic is still a scary player, isn't he? I mean, he's one of those that you just look at like, I don't want you to have a good game.
please no.
Just calm it down a little bit. Can he be the one having the PC issues just to make it a little easy? But again, I think it is one of the Astralis side who actually are having the issues right now. I think it's Zipmix.
So attack that B bomb site.
Wow, scummy as ever, like the old land tricks, just like knowing, like, all right.
So his computer's stuttering, and we're going to his bomb site, so that's how we roll. Either way, we are going to go to a quick break while this issue gets fixed, while the PC gets swapped out, all the configs get set up, and when we return, we'll have the continuation of Cloud9 versus Astralis on Mirage. Stay tuned.
ESL One Cologne. Incendiary out.
is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, MSI, DHL, Alienware, Betway, Logitech G, and PaySafeguard.
ESL One Cologne.
And welcome back. It did sound a little bit like a Dark Souls boss fight was going on in the break, but things are all sorted out now, do not fear. We have everyone back in the server, and Magisk was chomping at the bit to get this one back started, so there is no waiting around. These teams are raring to get underway, and you can see as to why. The story thus far is Astralis to lead at 3-1, but Cloud9 have been doing damage.
Yeah, they've shown some good things, and actually, look at this. They're going to force buy into this round. They have the two AK-47s dropped over to Automatic and Tarek, who are sitting at 1,500 and 1,400 respectively. So the other players sacrificing a lot to get them those weapons so that they can have the armor. 3 smokes and a flashbang to work with, so there's going to have to be a duel. There's going to have to be just a heads-up fight one at some point, which has got to be intimidating. Thankfully, Device doesn't have the op-out yet, or else you might have just called this round already in the favor of Astralis. We know how deadly he can be with that. Not really a plan yet for Cloud9. Looks like they want to take advantage of someone's aggressiveness, and Glaive is the first one they spot to bring Skadoodle down to half HP, but that's going to put Dupree, with the information, a perfect position.
Tarek now making a bit of a go of it. Timing worked out for him. Dupree didn't see it, actually, and Tarek now does strike. Good work, but balanced by Glaive. But keep in mind, Cloud9 do only have those 2 rifles. They need these kills to be coming in. You still have Skadoodle there, you have Sticko there, but again, they need that real kind of body of this team to be making the work happen. But that's a good start. They can split the defense 2-2.
They're going to love that exchange. Skadoodle with a pistol and Rush with a pistol being the first players encountered, gets the information over to the AKs. Tarek's able to find a kill, and meanwhile, they only lose Rush with the Deagle, and now they can even bait someone like Sticko, someone like Skadoodle as they come out towards A. Magis is going to be back towards CT spawn. Glaive on the top of the stairs. Remember, only 2 smokes, no flashbangs to work with, so these have got to be perfect, and the decision has to come in. Do you want to block off jungle? Do you want to block off connector? Or do you want to block off CT spawn? And there's the fight from Glaive. On top of the steps, good trade, but no time for the bomb plant. Magis just has to stop it, and that's a great nade.
The damage is huge. Magisk with 2 in the end. Bomb did go down. Hello? Did he see him through that? That was just good timing, or somehow he it's just Zipnik's things. Fair enough. Like, I don't know what he did to that PC after, you know, the
activated his X-ray vision.
Yeah, that infamous number.
Had the upgrade.
Yeah, he does the restart to the server, you know, reconnects. It just becomes a god. So, but no, good work in the end to deal with that threat, because I thought that was all done for. I don't think he had time to go for the plant. The nade damage looked good, but there it was, and you still had Automatic alive, which is always a bit of a terrifying prospect. So let's watch this one again. That's Magisk after the nade. He kind of weakened everyone up. Automatic finds him, and Zipnik's just, that was straight up through smoke, I think.
Yeah, just a quarter second earlier from Magisk, he would have stopped the plant. That's going to help Cloud9, and not bad damage done in all things considered of what they brought into that round. But Cloud9 certainly this time, they can't do anything fancy with the drops. Just have to sit back with a couple Deagles and P250s, no utility. Try and grab a headshot at range, but the utility you could see from Zipnix is going to keep Tarek away, allow Zipnix to get into a better position, and once again, mid-control for Astralis. They've gotten aggressive up towards top. There's going to be a timer on it as Glaive starts to fall back. And look at Automatic. Oh, he almost found one, but Device has it covered.
Yeah, it gets, you know, step by step. There's that little bit of a trigger point where it's like, if I go too far, he's going to spawn me out. But in the end, it is locked down. There's a couple of threats that could have come through. We saw it was able to be achieved with just a Deagle alone, let alone anymore. But 5 alive, always nice, feeling good about it, comfortably shutting it down. No bomb plants to be seen. And now, even though it was quite close at the start, we look at how the rounds have played out. This is a pivotal one now coming back in for Cloud9, a good purchase, and a way to stop that scoreline looking drastic.
And just to keep the money limited, if Cloud9 loses this round big, then all of a sudden Astralis, you know, they're going to be able to get into the op on Device. They're going to have money behind it as well for some purchases. So that's the advantage that Cloud9, maybe, I mean, not a straight up advantage, but Skadoodle with the op is one tool that they have that Astralis hasn't brought out yet. I think, in fact, this is the first op we've seen in this game so far. Automatic's got to be careful. Glaive getting aggressive again, and he's doing that very much solo outside of the utility, being tossed by his teammates, and the deep smoke is going to help him out.
Love that. I really like it.
Look at how far back it forces Cloud9 as well. They don't want to mess with that whatsoever.
And it's going to cost Cloud9 a bit of time as well, having to play it back in, clear out boxes, maybe put utility towards it if they want to really do that. But I mean, it's just those small things that Astralis make, those little moves that just really keep a map that's been around in a game that's been around so long so fresh. It's nice to see, but
it also neutralizes Cloud9's utility that they use in mid. They didn't get to take advantage any of it, so some perhaps wasted flashbangs or smokes for C9, but they still have plenty behind it. On the other hand, it's Astralis who's kind of hurt. Now, they use utility better than anyone in the game at the moment, so you can't be too worried for them. But they are going to start running low.
Here comes that later in the round play across mid. Bit of a run boost, didn't quite get what he wanted, but he will cross safe regardless. You do have Glaive up on short, Magis connector and Device waiting for contact in window. So they'll play out when they feel it is right. The pressure from underpass starts to build. Forces Magis back a little bit, but Tarek's there now, playing a little closer. This is a nice late round sort of mid-pressure coming in. But again, Astralis aren't really feeling it too much. We are down to 30 seconds. Tarek, I think, caught a glimpse, and that might be enough of Glaive, or it might just be a bit of pre-fire. We'll see. Spots out automatic, call been made. This is hard to handle for Glaive, but there's two players pouring his way. Flash doesn't quite work out as well as he wanted, but automatic does find Glaive, even though that was not as precise as you'd imagine. Zipnix now is put to task. He's got pressure coming in from two avenues. Sticko and Rush through the apartments. A scary one at that, but he deals with Rush so well. Expects the follow, but Sticko mid-air, maybe on the jump ledge, does catch him, and the bomb goes down. It's a 3v3, but that plant and that kill is pretty integral.
Oh, there's Skadoodle spinning around, a beautiful headshot as well. Magisk falls, and it's just quickly down to Dupree. It seemed like Astralis, the jaws were closing in on Cloud9, and Skadoodle just barely holds it open for them to get that plant. Find the win in this round. It'll be a second for C9 as Dupree once again is forced back, and that was a brilliant win from C9 as the clock kind of runs down. That kill in towards ladder room is huge, and we've seen a couple of times Device has been able to rotate over towards the B bomb site in time. This time, because he's playing so committed towards window room, he cannot get over there to help Zipnix, and Zipnix almost pulls off some magic, but it's just not enough. Two players coming halls and two players coming catwalk. Can't win them all.
No, you certainly can't, and considering that's the first time we got to see the AWP, that's a really nice impression, isn't it? Always want to see a Skadoodle on form. It feels like a bit of a rarity at times, but when it does happen, always exciting. Now, this is just a nice start, though.
You don't even need him to dominate the game, right? Like, you need those kinds of rounds out of him.
Yeah.
You know, just 2 or 3 of them per half, and that's perfect, especially on a T side of Mirage. If he's going to be able to win you some of those with 2 huge kills to stop the retake from happening, that's fine. Obviously, you'd want to throw some opening kills in there, would be great.
Skadoodle's going for a bit of a pick on ramp as well. I'm pretty sure he had a little look towards it, but could have found Magis there, who did actually go for this. Oh, just a second off it. Timing not there, but I'm pretty sure the radar will show. And you can see Device now kind of on the counter AWP. This guy knows how to use it. So versatile. We've said it a million times over. Outdoes Skadoodle. And well, that's a lovely, lovely answer to what looked like maybe Cloud9's resurgence as Glaive takes it further. They've read the play very well. The aggression's panned out. And they're doing that with UMPs and just kind of the brilliance of Device.
It's just so cool as well, that deep Molotov towards the base of that ramp after Device gets the pick, or as that comes in, pretty much allows Glaive, it isolates that one player who's on the flower pot, and Glaive's able to peek in. Automatic just had no backup. Normally there's a second player there to at least trade that kill, but the Molotov prevents it, and now Trap set up all across the map on this defense. A 5-on-3, Astralis doesn't have to be the aggressors any longer. They have good control towards A. It's going to be Glaive at the base of the ramp, getting all the information that nothing's coming in that fashion. 2 players in a connector, essentially. All that Cloud9 can really do is try and pinch this A bomb site, but it's not going to feel great on their part. It's not going to be easy. 35 seconds left. They've got Magisk up to the left here in connector. He's been so patient. He's not going to be rewarded. Good check from Rush. And they've got a chance now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Glaive can get out of this. He still only has that UMP. He can upgrade, but he can be a nuisance, but again, Device might have to be the kind of saving grace of this. Gets baited out by Sticko there to take the shot. Pressure from Shaw comes in. Excellent work, damage from Dupree at least, but that softens the load that's about to come through. And yeah, Dupree and Glaive combine, and it's a shutdown in the end. Really nicely worked out from Astralis, considering they didn't have a man dedicated as such. You had one pushed up towards ramp, you had Device coming around late on CT. They handled that very well.
That position from Glaive is so strong in the mid to late round when Cloud9's trying to take that bomb site, because if they want to clear it from middle or from Palace, they have to go so far out of the way and eat so much time, and you're at a disadvantage in that fight. This is beautiful from Device. Skadoodle doesn't even react. We saw his screen originally. Didn't even have time to pull the trigger if he wanted to.
No.
Don't even think it clicked in his head that someone was
someone was there.
Yeah,
it's just lovely stuff. But Device and Dupree now on the ops. I'm glad to see Dupree maybe considering that one again. We kind of highlighted him taking over it for a little bit of time there, and that kind of got thrown away. Wondering if that's going to continue at some point with them kind of running.
He did have
those
that
double
one
ops.
event last year, right? That one little event with the op where he just got to dominate. That was very fun stuff.
Yeah, I have spoken to him since. He just said it's another level when you have to go up against other very good AWPers. It's fine against rifles and everything else. If they play like normally, it's fine. But it's when you have that one-to-one play and it's like trying to get against Fallen. I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even Device has spoken to the struggles of that in the past, and obviously he's gotten to a level now, and he's obviously worked on it very, very much. But yes, certainly going up against some of the best AWPers in a head-to-head battle is very different from being able to pick off an AK-47 as you have a smoke, you know, helping you out. Either way, 2-6, Cloud9 really struggling to get anything consistent going in this half. Skadoodle's going to save for the AWP in the next round. Other than that, it's one of the shoddier buys you'll ever see. One AK-47 on automatic, UMP on rush. I would almost rather them just have saved this round.
See what they get out of it. I mean, that's good. The timing's a bit off. Magic's able to turn it. 26 HP left. More than fine. Suffers through that.
It's so cool. Like, look at Glaive. He obviously knows that one player was boosted in window, so he's waiting for that second player to come through the smoke, and while the timing isn't there, he moves away. He even gets caught. That's a Glock, though, and it's not going to be able to do the damage. Gets the initial dink, and this shoddy of a buy just isn't going to do a whole lot of work against Astralis, especially when you don't have the utility to kind of do anything creative, do anything that's going to block them off, and Cloud9 looks stumped again. Now it's going to have to be a save.
Yeah. Bit of a shame. Again, it looks like once Cloud9 do get the full buy, the utility, they get the AWP on Skadoodle, it's really quite a nice matchup to watch, but they've been punished on the money side in the integral rounds. It seems that Astralis are able to put the foot down. So I'm wondering what they come up with here, Cloud9. I do hope we get to see more than just this. And I want to see an Astralis T side. It feels like a rarity most of the time. It's a bit of a lockout.
Yeah, I mean, the game gets easy when you just win on the CT side every single time, doesn't it? Well, it looks like Dupree's going to get some action. He pushes up. He wants to hunt down some eco frags. There's a nade, dodges the flashbang perfectly, holds the trigger, but automatic takes him out. Too many bodies to deal with. Couldn't get the kills quick enough. They know where Stico is. That's going to be Magis getting aggressive, and he's going to have a shooting gallery towards top mid. He's loving it.
Oh, that's 4. Oh, don't get me wrong. Shooting fish barrel, I'm sure that could be made, but it looks real nice. Can we make it? Yeah, we can look at it again. It's pretty CS.
It's just a deathmatch at this point. Great shooting from Magis. He has been a phenomenal addition to this Astralis roster, as if that needs to be said.
No, and the work ethic this guy brings in as well. I remember discussing them at, I think it was Sydney, just how they've been training, how they've been practicing, and it's rigorous. There is no foot off the gas.
No one does it like Astralis does. No one prepares, no one practices the way that they do. So yeah, I mean, Magis has got to be just thanking his lucky stars at this point. So, well, there's a good opening kill. Cloud9's going to be thanking their stars for that one. They've gotten this pick a number of times throughout this half, though, and haven't always been able to capitalize on it. One time was on a second round with a Deagle, so fair play there. But now you have Device with the op.
Dupree's in a bit of a predicament. Yeah, gets found by automatic. Really big opportunity now. Taking him away means it's tricky. Magic's pushed up in towards Palace over by A, but again, they're spread so thin. Astralis don't have much to hold on to.
No, but what this does allow is Device to be more mobile. When you have Magisk in a safe position where he can watch kind of one choke point, which is that Palace, and then obviously if they do end up taking that bomb site, he's got a second angle, he's got a second front for you. So Device rotates over towards B. Zimnix is going to push up towards Catwalk to have information in mid. They can get a jump. If they see players aggressing towards Connector, Device can have a jump on the rotate back towards the A bomb site. So putting themselves in position to find out what's coming as soon as possible. And also some creative spots a la Magisk to be able to slow things down. That's a big kill to find. 4 on 3 now. They know he's there, but he can still do some work, especially if he readjusts his position and is able to get out of this Palace position.
And time is ticking. You've got 25 seconds. The rush being picked up. This does open up a bit of a scarier prospect. If Magisk can slow this down slightly or be a nuisance, which he is being through and through, you're going to see the rest of Astralis responding. So bomb is on the way. It's on Skadoodle. Keep eyes on that. Zimnix does find automatic. That opens up the easier rotation route. They take away the middle man. Now with the bomb planted, and Zimnix again finding Skadoodle out of nowhere. Sticko left in a 1v2. This is a big chance to prove yourself if you can maybe dig this one out, but you've got to feel these two are such powerful players. Zimnix, keeping tabs on, gets tagged up. Sticko cannot find it, however. It's Device coming up and over the stairs, and they do play it back in. And these two men held on well. Magisk with a bit of information buys the time, and then there comes the cavalry.
That's exactly what it's designed to do. Xyp9x from that catwalk position, able to kind of swing over, protect Connector, and also even help Magisk stay alive in the bomb site by getting that one player trying to wrap upon him into the site. That is a beautiful recovery from Astralis. That's a round that Cloud9 just absolutely cannot let go. A 5-on-3, and you slow play it on the T side, lose 2 players on the extremity. All you have to do in those scenarios is buddy up and make sure you trade. You're always going to win the trade battle. Tarek gets picked off alone in Palace. One player gets picked off towards the B bomb site against the AWP, and all of a sudden you've got a 3-on-3 without the bomb planted. So disaster strikes for C9. Back to, well, they have 4 AKs, light utility, Tarek on the Galil.
It worked for him before.
Yeah,
Fully flashed in middle.
He's gonna get, ooh, Device spots his leg, had the nade out, Flash comes in, he wants to go for that peek, but Tarek inside the smoke, and Device reads it, almost lands the shot. Meanwhile, A is under pressure.
Yeah, pressure that it seems they're able to keep in check. Glaive already gonna be doing well off this. Everyone's kind of holding thus far. Bomb is planted, so maybe this time they can make something happen, but there's 5 alive against them, still Molotov, still nades. It makes it very difficult, and they're all relatively far back. Molotov forces Sicko forward, but he does claim Xyp9x on the way, so that's not, at least for nothing, as Automatic and Skadoodle one to ramp, one playing out of dark, try and capitalize on a moment when they're crossing, doesn't get it done. Skadoodle with the tag, but not the frag, he does get one. The second! The third too far, and the bomb continues to tick, and it will be another on the board for Astralis.
It's retakes. These adjustments from Astralis after the initial game plan is just so strong. That time, a little bit more of a retake scenario. Going very well for Astralis, and Cloud9 still cannot figure out the key to breaking this defense. However, that plant's going to help out. That and the full losing bonus now in their favor. 5 rounds in a row for Astralis. Skadoodle on 6, Automatic on 9. On the other side, it's Device on 13. You have Xyp9x and Magisk tied with 12. This has been incredible for Astralis as they look to, they're looking at a 13-2 half almost.
Yeah, it's looking dominant, but it's not over yet. We still wait for that answer from Cloud9, but we don't know how many looks Astralis have to come back with. For now, the 1-for-1 trade-out comes in.
It's just such a look at the game plan. I mean, you're aggressive, and Magisk is even swinging wide to the edge of a Molotov. He knows he's got Glaive there to cover him towards the base of the A ramp, so he's completely fine with pushing that, getting the information, finding 1 kill, getting Tarek down to half HP. Now you force Cloud9 back, and they have to waste a lot of time. So good early aggression from Astralis yields them results, and now obviously you put them into one of their biggest strengths in this game, which is ability to read and adjust in the mid round.
Now, let's keep tabs across the board as to what's going on. Skadoodle looking towards opportunity on maybe B, but we'd still have the vast majority of Cloud9 locked down. But look at Dupree's timing on this. Couldn't be better, could it? Catches Skadoodle, but does that give the wrong idea? Or Astralis not exactly known for overreacting to this? They're not going to pull a player anywhere else. Dupree actually, if anything, comes back around. You still have Device, hawk eyes locked in towards this. And it just feels like Cloud9 cannot find a break here. They cannot find a way through. This time it probably won't even be that retake situation. They just simply can't get towards the site.
You almost have to just smoke off CT spawn, play, you can get the bomb planted, because you have to at least get into the bomb site, but it's just not enough. Device is going to jump over. Dupree's able to take out Automatic. I mean, that's the tough part. Pick your poison. Which one are you smoking off? You're going to get punished from the other one, surely. And nice work from Astralis. Just peeking, finding out the intel, where the player is going to come from. Let Device do all the heavy lifting with that AWP.
And honestly, watching Astralis play, it's just watching Counter-Strike how it should be in a way. It just feels good.
Yeah, it's
it just
fun.
feels good. You can get your exciting teams to a little bit more, you know, pizzazz, I don't know, or something like that. But I mean, Astralis, they don't half play just a very, very solid game of Counter. Now, Device, early damage is done, backs away, quick pace coming from Cloud9 down middle. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, I think might be the call at this point.
There's
Flashes there. It's so much. There's just so much pressure even coming back in from Astralis for this round. And look at this dominance from Dupree. That's a third. He's making it look real good as well. The fourth, just to, you know, pop a little cherry on the icing on the cake. It's all there. It's all good.
That's a suffocating attack. There was the smallest of gaps in that smoke for Device to get that first kill. That was gorgeous. Yeah, Dupree here playing behind the smoke. He knows there's fast pressure towards mid, and he's got teammates with him at top connector. He's got one in the window room, and yeah, they're blocked off by the smoke, but why not just stick around? You're feeling good at that, you know, 11-2 scoreline. Time to pad the stats.
That is probably the time right now. I was hoping to see more from Cloud9 here. It looked like they had a little something going from early game. You thought, all right, there's a bit of, I guess, bite to the bark, but beyond that, it's kind of, I guess, fallen off slightly, but still, one more round on the board could help out. I think anything at this point could help out, but Magic spots out the players, and he's enjoying himself. Automatic shows that he's got some fight left in him, and there's Skadoodle, so maybe Astralis getting quite ahead of themselves, but maybe just feeling out the game, maybe just being taken off the leash for one last round.
Yeah, and running low on utility, though, so not able to keep Xyp9x back from finding the equalizer. And now dupreeh has rotated over with the AWP. Device has one as well, and he's back towards Catwalk, getting a deep glimpse into that bomb site, protecting his teammate in connector. If they choose to attack Xyp9x here, Device is going to have a nasty surprise awaiting them. Now a flash over for Xyp9x to peek through the smoke, and he knows where Tarik is. He hears that, but he takes care of his other teammate. Automatic goes down at Palace. dupreeh is getting ever more aggressive with this AWP and almost able to find the falling player. Molotov comes out. Cloud9 still under immense pressure.
He can't plant. He was forced off the plant. Really well played from the fire into, I guess, more scary fire. Tarik, 4 HP and a dream at this point. dupreeh's on the hunt. Good work from Tarik, but the 1v1. Show me what you got, Tarik. Let's see if you can save the day for one round.
What?
Oh,
3 HP.
How is that a dink? What?
Unbelievable. Oh, you've got to feel so nervous if you're Tarik.
All right, let's see what you can do, Tarik. The 1v1 Device has every advantage aside from the clock ticking against him. Tarik looking for an opportunity to strike. 1 HP is not going to get it done, and Device is there, and the defuse to follow, but that dink.
It's just too much time, like that much time for Device to be able to just be silent and get closer, and Tarik's just hoping to have any information, like spot a shoulder, hear a footstep, one little mistake from Device and it doesn't come in. Device is actually, he's 17-3, he's only died 3 times in that whole half. This is just dominance from Astralis, top to bottom.
It started off incredibly well as well. You saw that initial battle go down. Skadoodle had that AWP to run with. He got the round on the board off the back of it. We saw those 2 big kills that came in. Got that plant towards B. It all looked good. Then Device came back in literally the round after and just spanked him away. But 13 rounds is a lot to have on your side.
Yeah, ends in an 8-round run for Astralis. So they figured it out, and Cloud9 just couldn't get back on the board. Now it's all down to the pistol, and I mean, needless to say, must win here for C9 if they want to continue and try and come back into this on the defense. They didn't give themselves a whole lot of mistakes to run with in the second half. Automatic's been spotted out. They know where he is. This has been patient from Astralis. They've got positioning, but they're not committing, and for good reason. There's 4 players here from Cloud9. A 5th, very, very close by. Rush underneath is going to get 2, and there's Automatic chiming in, and this has been shut down. This is a good hold from Cloud9 so far.
So far, so good. I don't see it going away from them. Device, even with that P250, does add you that little bit of range to do that damage that can compete with the USPS, but obviously outnumbered, outgunned. We see Cloud9 finding the first in the second half.
Yeah, that was a pretty chill T-pistol round from Astralis.
Let's go away.
They threw the smokes and just leisurely walked up, like they were going to do a picnic.
Well, it didn't go very well.
No, it's not a great picnic. It rained.
Let's get an umbrella. You have to improvise when you're English.
You can't do a picnic with an umbrella.
I mean, you can do anything if you want to, Jason. Just chase those dreams. Anyway, 13-3, speaking of chasing dreams, this is a long run back for Cloud9 if they want this one. They do have, I guess, the platform to do it, but it's hard to not have those forced error kind of situations coming in at this point with this much of a drastic scoreline. But for now, we'll see how much they can achieve.
Little bait and switch here from Automatic and Stico. Automatic hoping to lure them in. It's just Astralis relying on these Deagles to find some picks. They've got armor, but they have no nades. There's another one. Tarik, though, he's getting wrapped upon from behind. He's got to be careful. dupreeh's going to go for the peek, not even aware of the possibility. And now Glaive is going to get aggressed upon, so Tarik with 2 quick kills in this round is taking some of the danger away. Skadoodle misses that and just needs to dip out. That's going to abandon Tarik all on his own, but meanwhile, the A bomb site Device has gained so much ground. There's no eyes on this whatsoever. Cloud9, they've got to be very cautious. These Deagles can do some work as there's low HP players, but Xyp9x can't land it. It's Device up next.
They're going to check on it. I just don't know how much they're going to check on that. One's okay, but you're not going to give enough room here. Magisk was the first player to receive the damage off the back of the NATO by B. He has managed to get the bomb, but you get a plant off this, I'll be incredibly impressed. Tarek still in towards jungle, rush towards connector. They have kind of stepped away from the side, but with 20 seconds, it's very hard for him to find that room.
There should be no way, unless he hits an incredible shot on Tarek as he crosses. Rush won't be able to be aggressive because of the HP. Gotta be right now, and he had his chance. Did some damage, 57 HP on Tarek, but Cloud9 still alive. 4-13 as they attempt to make this comeback happen, and they're going to get an easier time in this round, as it should just be Glocks and no real purchases on the Danish side.
Jason,
Yes.
I know Harry likes to ask these questions. Do you believe in the comeback? I'm not even going to do it. 13-4. Astralis.
I don't know where the end game was there for you. So.
There is no good way out of it. I mean, that's just how it goes. But this,
bloody hell.
that nade. That's the most I've seen a nade do in a long time.
That is a gorgeous nade. Well, now they do the run boost, and he should have his own shooting gallery. Saw Magisk with it earlier. Tarek's got some highlights. Nice nade, obviously.
Feels good.
It's that one that just like...
You just... Sorry, man, that noise again?
No, I've done it 3 times.
13-5. All right, so Cloud9 are doing what they need to. This is the necessity of wanting to make this look like a competitive matchup at the very least. They won the pistol, and they've run with it. They've kept it clean. Stra's now back onto the buy, though. That's the nade, just in case you missed it the first time. Hopefully we can maybe clip one of Jason's sound effects for you. However...
It's going to be your ringtone.
Honestly, the things I already have. Automatic getting aggressive towards Palace. Did catch out Zivnix, and this is a big shutdown. Double up comes out, and this is a blistering beginning for Cloud9 into that first real gun round here in the second half. Magisk again catching a bit of that nade damage, but what a statement piece from Cloud9.
Absolutely. The switch, the aggressive switch into 2 ops right at the start, and then the aggressive nature in middle, denying them all control, all progress. All 5 players surviving for C9 as well, and that is a bit of a statement, and that actually might put Astralis on notice, saying, okay, well, we just try and take over mid with 4 players. We're not trying to get too fancy, but certainly can't underestimate this. Look at the power in that C9 team where they've got everything going for them.
That's honestly what I was dying to see from this. It felt like it was a bit of a flop, wasn't it? Being honest, I mean, you see that sort of half scoreline, you're like, well.
This one's just going to fizzle out,
yeah,
fizzle
it's
away.
one of those, you're like, all right, I'll just, it's going to be forgotten throughout the tournament. It was just going to be under the rug, don't worry about it. But that round from Cloud9, real nice. Now, Astralis on the back foot, to a degree, I guess, if you want to look at it in this round. Obviously, overall, not the case, but still. CZ's coming out, Glocks, Deagles. Very, very light on investments.
Tarek almost makes that mistake that you just can't give up in a round like this, jumping across the window. He's praying to the gods he doesn't get picked off, and now this boost, he could walk right back into it. Magisk, just hoping for that. It's so close, drops down. 6-13, and this is going to be tough for Tarek. He's got to keep his eyes on connector and the window boost, and he's also got to be cognizant of the fact that he can get shot from Palace as well. There's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Now he's just got to back away. Big kill. He's got more coming in his direction, though, from 2 different angles, and he's got his knife out. There he goes.
There's a tone to your voice, Jason, that didn't sound pleased with that, but Skadoodle now has to be the one to deliver. He's got Rush holding his cross. Luckily for Rush, there's no one coming from ramp. Now Skadoodle plays back into it, gets caught a little, though. Damage is being done. Again, the threat should... Oh, no.
Oh.
Not like that. It's okay. Magisk is on the run, but the bomb's nowhere near him. It gets a little scary when you see Automatic going down. Tarek got caught. Sticko seems aware this is a very big, potential bit of timing coming through here, but does the timing work out? Sticko catches him. Cloud9 are okay.
Well, Cloud9 almost gave it away. And you could see, I would be surprised if we don't see Astralis attack that at some point in this half again, attack towards that window. And that's why I didn't have the pleased look on my face, Lauren, and that's why you also felt uncomfortable with rushes. I mean, they're in positions where they have to just kind of hope that no one's coming from behind them. Like Rush is fighting towards, jungle, towards connector, and he's just exposed to Palace and a ramp, and you're just kind of crossing your fingers, and there's nothing else you can do. So, I mean, the positioning from C9 there didn't look solid, but they do recover well. Trying to make up for the gap in the defense caused by Tarek being picked off at window room.
Well, I wanted to see a T side from Astralis, and that might actually be the case. And I also get to see Skadoodle getting outdone by Device twice now. That's 2 times this has worked his way. Sticko, stand and deliver, 1 kill. Not bad, slows it down, hits the brakes. Astralis can no longer do that quick pace, and the bomb's fallen out the window too, but Zimnix is there, and what a player he is at this sort of time. Tarek, he just got a glimpse of one. He has good awareness. Good hold from middle from Glaive though, but it's just down automatic on B. They outnumber them in the end. That B hit just too heavy to hold after that initial kill came through.
Yeah, really nice frags entering there, recovering when Stico gets the bomb down as well, continuing the pressure. The Molotov towards Van forces Tarek out into the open. They just barely miss Zipnix coming up catwalk. You can see the idea though, flush him out into the open. But I think that's the big thing that we can take away from this is Device with the 2 heads-up battles against Skadoodle in this game has just been dominant, and it's Device peeking into Skadoodle. Skadoodle has been holding the angle twice now and been taken down. Very, very fast on the peak. 14-7 for Astralis. Still in a double-up setup. Skadoodle and Tarek and Automatic pretty much investing everything they've got, below $1,000 on all 3 of them. This time Astralis spread across the map. They're not going to be able to take advantage of any finds, any picks they may get. Glaive and Magisk working with Dupree and Underpass to take mid-control as Skadoodle's on catwalk. That's one of the ops, and Tarek has the other, backing out towards CT spawn. That's a quiet mid-take. Cloud9 might not even realize that they've lost it.
No, it's there's a lot of subtle moves to this. Dupree deciding what he wants to do with this one now. You still have Magisk at the top as well. Bomb has worked his way over towards a ramp by this point, but keep in mind the rush is still by under balcony and dark. You do have the double stack towards CT. There is almost no presence aside from Skadoodle's gaze towards connected jungle, so this could be quite the take from Astralis, but they're down to 40 seconds. So it is going to be the go time here, a lot slower on the pace, so this is really ground down 30 still, yet to be making those big decisive moves, but it's time to go. First bit of real contact is made. It's on Skadoodle towards short, but now the play comes out from Glaive, pushing his way forward. Rush is the first to be handled, but he doesn't go down. He delivers, pulls himself back in, but in the meantime, Zimnix found Tarek with a Molotov. I don't know how that happened, but Rush is being the bolstering factor here, and as much as Device may want to get the kill, he's only getting the What? Device? Oh, it's sick from Device, but it doesn't matter at this point. They've got 6 seconds, and Magisk doesn't have the bomb. 4. No time for the plant. The kill's good enough, but they're not going to be getting the round in the end. Sticker just needs to stay alive, and they fought hard for that, the Astralis, but I think you can see the response from the man behind the team that you missed out on a little bit there.
It's all Automatic that round. That swing out to get his second kill to bail Rush out as one player was coming up along the wall to clear underneath balcony was so big. Rush was able to get one more kill off of that, and that was the scary part. That'll be really cool. If you ever want to you see exactly a very good tactic in middle, Magisk and I believe that was Dupree and Connector did that so well. There was a smoke on catwalk. Dupree just peeks up towards cat where Skadoodle is. Skadoodle takes a shot, and Magisk comes through that smoke to force him back, and that is a way to force back that defensive pressure on catwalk that allows you to get up towards connector. And there had to be a lot of heroic plays from Automatic to be able to keep that in the favor of Cloud9, but still, what an advantage for Astralis. Even in a loss, they find 4 kills, and I already mentioned 3 players from C9 were below 1,000, so the money is not great. And remember, with this kind of a scoreline, 13-2 at half, now 14-8, any reset of Cloud9's economy is essentially game over. They do not get to make mistakes, and yeah, this was nasty from Device. First the shot through the top to get him down towards 1, and then the cleanup as well. It's playing Rambo. SWAT team, whatever you want to call it.
And it didn't fully block the smoke. It does put it into an awkward spot, but a bit of a stack from both sides, a bit of a read here, and look, that smoke blocked enough to allow a window. And well, Skadoodle wasn't the one with the AWP there. It's actually Tarek finding Device this time around. So this mid-presence from Astralis is being met by sheer force. At the moment, Cloud9 are holding on to this very well.
The aggressiveness in mid has yielded them a lot of results in this half, and obviously going back to it there to find a 2-for-1. Glaive and Device are taking out big kills as well. And now they're going to play a pretty passive defense. Automatic and CT spawn can rotate quickly to either one of the bomb sites. Rush just playing retake, spotting for information. There are 3 kits on the Cloud9 side. And Astralis is going to have to go right at the AWP as soon as that smoke clears. The bomb is now all alone in top mid. Dupree, just looking for any kind of a flank, any kind of a push. Tarek might be second-guessing himself, but he's going to plant himself there.
See what Tarek can do. Gets a little worried about short. The timing could have caught him out, but no. Finds it really nicely. Now, Magisk has been noted he'd been going towards B before, so it may not give away the full picture. This should, however. 30 seconds, you got to go right about now. Tarek spots one on the cross, can't land the shot, and he couldn't make it away either, but Sticko is there in support. You've got Dupree now in the 1v3, 27 seconds, and they're all coming his way. Can't get away from it, it's automatic again to keep the rounds ticking over for Cloud9. And they just stave off the Wolves at this point. Astralis are getting nothing done here.
Yeah, an opening kill from Tarek to slow things down, and obviously Sticko just playing delay inside the B bomb site once his teammate goes down. That's very well played from C9. 9-14. Back to Glocks, back to the Stone Age for Astralis as they just need a couple more rounds. Cloud9 avoid the resets. Skadoodle now with the AWP and a little bit of extra time spent in T-spawn for Astralis as they do actually invest in some utility this round. Deagles, CZs. So some utility to try and put him in position to take some frags with these pistols. Smokes out for C9 early on. Glaive gonna come down mid. Skadoodle's gonna find it. And Device once again working his way up ramp, and he might be able to find a duel here. Rush is peeking out towards jungle. Obviously Device can't know the bomb site is clear.
Rush is keeping tabs on this occasionally. Gets a little scary when he turns around, though. That's what you're after. And it is a shutdown in middle. Device now in the 1v4. Good control from Cloud9, not dropping the ball, not losing out on players. They're doing everything you'd want for a potential comeback here. I mean, we discussed the whole unforced, forced error issue that comes in for a team in Cloud9's position that, again, it's very hard to avoid that throughout an entire matchup, but they've done what they need to. They've ticked the boxes that stood in their way.
What's wild is you wanted to see that Astralis T side, and we still haven't seen it yet. They haven't really kind of come up in this one. They've been shut down by mid-aggression from Cloud9, and we've seen Astralis figure out pretty much everything they've gone up against in these past few months, and right now they're stuck again in the mud. 4 players over towards these B halls, and it's 4 CZs and a P250. They've got plenty of flashbangs. This feels like you'd have to imagine they're just going to be bombing these flashbangs over, using the mobility of the CZs, and the stand-in has what a job to do. What a job he's facing here. Sticko misses the first opportunity, transfers over, he goes down. 5 players alive, 4 of them inside the bomb site for Astralis.
Yeah, it's when you get that response to the email, we really like you, but... No, he's done well enough. I mean, he does get overwhelmed. It wasn't good on the site, but he's been holding his own thus far. But again, this puts Cloud9 in an awkward position coming back into this. They have no information on the site. They have no information towards middle, and they've got Glaive getting aggressive. Now, 3 players in their way. Again, no information on where they stand, where they are. Zimnix will be forced out. Good work between Tarek and Automatic. They need to get towards that side. Clock is ticking. They get pushed aside. Diffuse comes in, and it's another one on the board.
Really nice retake from Cloud9. Patience, they use their utility, make sure they get everything out of the way. Clear out some of those danger spots as they come through. Tarek with 4 kills on those retake. He's, I feel like we've been saying his name a lot in the second half, and certainly 26 and 20 for him. That is phenomenal. He's leading the way in the server. It's Device on Astralis with 21, and Zipnix at 19. But now Astralis starts to look a little bit shaky. Now you get worried if you're the Danes, or if you're a fan of the Danish teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not what you'd expect to be seeing, especially from a Cloud9 with these issues. I mean, it's been a solid run for Cloud9 here.
A 9-1 run.
Not bad.
That is, yeah, solid might be an understatement. That's been phenomenal, and a lot of it you feel has been off the back of Tarek. A lot of it tactically has been off the back of that mid-aggression that Astralis has never really been able, though I think the times they've had control of mid is when Cloud9 has essentially given it up, given it over to them, and just kind of played retake and played passively.
No, and Tarek, you know, leading by example here. This guy has been great individually, very, very good. We are back underway though. Good purchase coming in from the T side, but on the CT side, you have that double AWP presence, and Automatic's gonna put a little style to this, a little bit of flair to it. Gonna get towards short early. Glaive, the flash is good enough to force him on the angle, but the repeat, he goes back in for more, gets hungry for it. Tarek still delivering though. Gets down Glaive and falls back away from this. Mid isn't the target of Astralis' desires.
As a timely Molotov, you can see Zipnix was getting ready to go. He's got 3 teammates waiting on A ramp, and it's Skadoodle who's going to be under all the pressure. Rush is inside the site, but Skadoodle, if he misses a shot, he's at those triple boxes. He can't get away. And now he's going to rotate back towards CT spawn, and here it comes. Astralis lining up. They don't want to readjust across the map. They're going to send 4 players right at this defense.
Bit of a switcheroo here. So smoke going to be coming in. Nothing too surprising, but they still need the kills to follow. Rush the off angle towards the site. The flash is coming in, trying to hinder the hit, but it works well. Dupree to fall first, the Molotovs follow, and they're being held back here. This is great work from Cloud9 again, putting up those barriers, not letting them through. Magisk will break in for one. That's Skadoodle gone, but Tarek's already there. Rush in dark again, and he did so well from this with Automatic supporting him, but obviously he's gone down earlier, so Xyp9x might have a little more room to work, but 35 seconds, it ain't a lot. Molly goes in to force him out, but he's still doing well. And Tarek was the one to claim the kill on Device before the Molotov did find Rush. But at the end of the day, it's Cloud9 continuing in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, nice work from C9 in that with those 3 players alive, allowing Rush to take contact. He's the player that Astralis already knew his position. They were gunning for him. And you just have Tarek waiting and the player on stairs waiting to peek. I believe that was Sticko. So 4 players do go down for C9, but as we said, they were able to build up some decent cash in that mini run they had after the win. It's been 5 in a row now for C9. So they've got all the money in the world to sustain those losses. And Astralis, maybe, I think that might have been a call. Maybe that was some information passed along where Devices said, listen, I've been able to lurk up this A ramp a number of times. They haven't had players inside the bomb site.
I've just seen the ENT's NIP score.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
So commiserations NIP, I believe, are underway?
Yep.
Anything you want to add to your analysis there?
Feels bad, yo.
That's a 16-2 victory on map 2 for Ents.
If you're gonna, go out in tournaments, you don't want it like that, really, do you?
Alu and Natsu getting their revenge.
That is very true. It's gonna feel good. But speaking of that, finally seeing a bit of a fight back. The mid-aggression worked out this time for Xyp9x, and he's having what is this pace from Astralis? There's a fire under them now, and Device wanted to keep going. He wanted to continue that pacing. Automatic slows it down a touch. Says, all right, let's try and get some control here, because we've been forced out of everything. High flash allows the bomb plant to go in. Unable to deny that. Glaive still holding presence towards middle, going to make this tricky. Going to make it very hard for them to work back in, but timing could work out here for Sticko. Going to get a step down towards middle. Glaive completely unawares. But who does the timing favor? Doesn't seem to matter. Glaive got a hot hand here in this round, it seems. As Automatic left in the 1v3.
That was very nice from Astralis. Yeah, the pace much faster, but not only that, it was more so the contact. It was not using a whole lot of utility, and Zonics getting hyped up now. First thing to cheer about in quite some time for Astralis, but that is just Cloud9. They have the advantages of nades, but if you don't know when and where Astralis is coming, you can't necessarily use them, so Astralis just swinging out, taking fights. And as players from Cloud9 fall, it just snowballs out of their favor.
And considering how good this run was for such a long time, Cloud9's money obviously is not great at this point. And that's the big problem here. This is the issue that we kind of said if they do have any money troubles, that could be the GG right there. And again, you've got to almost feel for them. Can Astralis actually replicate this now without that quick pace to it?
Yeah, and also now Cloud9 doesn't have the tools to be aggressive in middle, and now it is just going to be Dupree running up and playing contact at this A bomb site. Tarek's got so much to do.
Exactly, but it's still Tarek, and he's still doing really well. He's going to be looking for more, though. He's going to be supporting towards site. That's the end goal here. Glaive succeeds towards middle. He's already found that room to work, so that's going to really split these guys. If you're Sticko, you are nervous as hell at the moment. You have very little information as to what's going on.
Just what a switch from Astralis. Now just taking advantage, just walking up positions, walking into map control and finding a fight and winning them. Cloud9 not ready for it at all. Skadoodle and an Automatic are down. Rush still over at the A bomb site, and heading over towards B is these last 3 players from Astralis, and you have Glaive in middle. Problem is, this is where the auto shotgun lies, although Sticko does have it close up.
If there's a time for this to work, it's about now, and he needs it to work. Surely they check on it, but this thing does damage. It's all down to these next seconds, and he needs to hold his nerve. 38 remain on the board. Xyp9x, he's going to give it a little bit of a go now. That's going to show Sticko that they are there. Does he swing on it? Does he wait? Does he play patient? Is he worried about short? Has anyone got that for him? He is. He's checking. Oh, he's absolutely dribbled it. He's had a mare. This is awful. Glaive's found Sticko. And now we have 2 players working their way back in. Tarek holding on towards the side, gets found by Glaive. It's looking like this one is all but over. Rush trying to power back through on towards short, but this might be too little too late.
Oh no, Rush in a 1 versus 2, and Device is going to end it with that AWP. The shotgun just couldn't get in was in the proper position, couldn't find the fight it wanted, and Astralis deny the comeback. What an incredible